I promised tea. I did. I said there was going to be tea. I said that there was going to be tea. Let's look at some damn tea, okay? All right. All right. All right. Chantal's saying she's gay. No, that's just the cover photo here. Chantal is gay. I think I'm gay. All right, so let's look at some tea. Let's look at some tea. I mean, isn't that great tea? Isn't that lovely tea? I mean, look at that. Oh, a crisp, nice cup of iced tea. A McDonald's sweet tea. Aren't these only like $1, something like that? A nice big McDonald's sweet tea. That's a big tea. I mean, that's a lot of tea. What is that, you guys? Do you think it's like 30 something ounces? That's a lot of tea. That is a lot of tea. Tomato emoji. I actually do have tea. I just wanted to pull your leg a little bit. See, this is why you guys are nasty. You know what? I come in here. I try to do something nice for all of you. I try to do something entertaining for all of you. You come in here like fingers on the tomato emoji, ready to press enter. I mean, it's just like it's alarming how quickly some of you will flip on me. I'm just saying. It's like, 1 second, it's like, oh, here's a bunch of memberships. Other second, oh, tomato emoji. So, I mean, because I actually have tea. I need tea. I have tea. Okay, let's take a look. So, as we all know, in the past month, I had a conversation with someone who dated someone who was intimate with Amberlynn's current girlfriend, assuming they're still together. We don't know if they're still together, whatever. So I had many conversations with them. They disclosed a lot of information to me. All alleged. I also want to preface with what I'm about to show you tonight, right now, is alleged. It's alleged. It's coming from the mouth of someone who heard something. So take that as you will. These are just people on the internet talking about things, okay? That's all that this is. This is not to be assumed or taken as fact. This is people talking about things that are going on, okay? That's all that this is. So our lovely friend that has disclosed so much information to us in some other live streams had something else to say. She did. So a couple days ago, I was sent a DM, and in that DM, it had something in it. So this is a conversation between Megan's ex and someone that knows things. Let's just call them that. So they sent the thumbnail of the live stream from a couple days ago to their friend and said, oh, Emily sent her back, got tired of that fatty and needs a new one. An email was sent out today that it was Emily's last day. Megan's ex said, "Aw, shh." The person who knows this information, who received an email about it being her last day, said she was most likely fired. Amberlynn, you're about to have to play sugar mommy. Amberlynn is the only income in this relationship at the moment. There's a little bit of followed up context here. She goes on to say, employees never find out why it was someone else's last day. But if an email was sent out, chances are that she was fired due to attendance. Because at the place that they work, the policy is as follows. One day It's a suspension. And then you get a 3-day suspension. And then you get a 5-day suspension. And then after your 5-day suspension, you get fired. If you remember back to some of the live streams that we did where we looked at text messages like this, she said that there were some type of attendance issues taking place. Now, we don't know why. But I just think it's awfully coincidental. I think it's awfully coincidental that Amberlynn comes to move in with this woman and then she starts having attendance issues. Megan's ex goes on to say, if you ask me, which I'm pretty good at predicting, it's because she called in too much when Amberlynn was with her. Emily's either going to blame her for losing her job, saying she's the reason why she called in so much, or Emily's going to move to Oklahoma, but the last one is doubtful. So she's kind of suggesting here that maybe Emily's next move is to move to Oklahoma. That would be wild. I mean, I guess it would be a lot easier for her to find work in Oklahoma than it would be in that surrounding area right now. I don't think that she's going to move to Oklahoma, but this definitely opens up a door of possibilities. Interesting. So I went on to say to her, suspending people who, this doesn't really have anything to do with the tea, but suspending people who are missing work doesn't make much sense. That's kind of like what they would do back in high school. That like never made sense to me. It's like kids who are, having issues with truancy or just, not showing up to school or aren't, it's like you suspend them so they miss more school. It's like someone's having attendance issues, so the punishment that you administer to them is to make them miss more. That's like something that I didn't really wrap my head around, but I don't know. That's apparently the policy of how this place operates. And then I asked her, so an email was sent out, and she goes on to say, well, after you use your PTO or paid time off and you have no more sick days, you get reprimanded for it, which is where the 13 and the 5-day suspensions come into play before you are terminated. So that means it takes some time to get fired. So if you are fired due to issues with attendance, you have to do something really wrong. I mean, you have to screw up immensely. You have to call out a lot. You get 3 warnings and then you get terminated. That's all we really know. We don't have specifics. We don't have the email that was sent out. All we know is that an email was sent out to some people who received said email about Emily only, being there for maybe one more day or 2. So that's the tea. That's the tea. What do we think that this means? Emily was fired. Emily was let go. Emily was given a pink slip. I'll say this. I like to look at things objectively. A whole lot of drama starts to happen in Emily's life. Amberlynn Reed moves in with Emily. Emily starts to call off more frequently because Amberlynn is moving in with her. Emily gets terminated. So you have to ask yourself, I mean, normally when someone gets let go, it's like, okay, well, what are you going to do next? What are you going to do for work? I mean, you have to have an income, right? So unless that this girl is independently wealthy and can afford to take time off, or she just didn't give a shit about getting fired, because, I mean, really, people who call off like that, call off, it's like, they're probably not that, I don't know, worried about job security. It's like, obviously, if you're doing that all the time, it's like, well, if something does happen, it's just kind of like a shoulder shrug. Like, whatever. Okay. I don't care. Fire me. So, I don't know. Maybe she wanted to get fired. Maybe she had something under wraps knowing that she was going to be leaving anyway. It's like, well, by the end of the year, I'm quitting. So if they fire me, whatever. That's fine. Fire me. I don't care. Huh. So I don't know. What is next for Amberlynn's girl? Getting fired at Christmas is wild, though. she just got rid of Amberlynn. Maybe Amberlynn was kind of having issues, attachment issues, like, oh, call off, baby. Don't go into work. Call off. Emily told her, hey, listen, I can't have you here anymore because you're too much of a distraction. You need to go back to Oklahoma and you need to resume your life. I need to focus on my job. I need to stop calling off so much. I can't be doing this, Amber. I'm going to get in trouble eventually. I can't have you here all the time. I can't. So you got to go back to Oklahoma. I gotta start going back to work regularly. I can't do this. I can't do this. So was it like too little too late? I don't know. So Amber lost her cat. Emily lost her job. Jordy lost his mind. Y'all, Vlogmas has been wild. After she just bought those Billy tickets. Oh my gosh. Yeah, might be a good idea to start penny pinching. Oh my gosh. Too funny. Jordy, she'll blame you. Oh, you know what? That could be a possibility. Let's talk about that for a second. If I get blamed for this, if I get blamed for Emily getting fired, that could be, yeah, I could get blamed because it's like, oh, well, you know, he said all this shit about her and then it got back to our employers and then the employer, could you imagine if like some like hospital manager was like watching it? I mean, it's like, we employ this person. Are you kidding me? I could get blamed. She absolutely is going to blame you. She didn't tell Amber she was already fired. Oh my God. Could you imagine? Because I know that Amberlynn's watching right now. Could you imagine if she didn't know this? Could you imagine if this is the first that she heard of it? Oh my God. Ooh. Somebody named themselves Jordy's curved thumb. Stupid.